our August Pledge Drive, and we are in the middle of our I Love WSRE campaign. And we know you love WSRE because you're watching, and we want to hear from you tonight. We want to hear why you love WSRE. What are the programs you love or the things that we do in the community? We've got great volunteers here tonight from our board of directors and friends of WSRE, and a lot of people who are here tonight who want to make, there's our board right there, everybody wave. We want to, they want to make donations tonight to support WSRE and everything we do. We've had a really good pledge drive, but we want to end it tonight with a bang, and we need your help to do it. Now, the numbers are on the screen, 484-1290. Volunteers will answer. You can go to our website, WSRE.org, or there's a QR code there, whatever is most comfortable for you. I'm going to start out by going with Billy Harrell and Becca Bowles, who both love WSRE, and they're going to tell you why and invite you to call in. I wonder, Billy and Becca, who's going to be the very first person to call in with their pledge of support tonight?
Well, who knows, but this is an exciting night, a chance to say, I love you, WSRE. And we're going to hear some great stories. That's what this thing's all about, is why WSRE means something to somebody. You know, in other words, day in and day out, we put this programming on the air. It actually affects people's lives, and we're going to hear those stories tonight. Becca, what's your story?
Well, gosh, I hate to date myself, but I've been watching WSRE and PBS a very long time. I remember being in my classroom we used to watch it in black and white on the TV. I used to watch the electric company. And I'm not going to say that that was a little bit of foreshadowing, but turns out I grew up and went to work for the electric company. And so I'm going to thank WSRE and PBS for that. Maybe I should have watched Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous instead, but it was really great, and it really gave you just so much educational edutainment. Is that what that's called? When it's both
it sounds like a wonderful word.
Anything
Anything that comes out of your mouth is a wonderful word, but anything that I say, you know, never know. But you know what? I never had the opportunity to have WSRE when I was growing up.
Aww.
That's because I'm 74 years old. And you know, we came around the 1969-ish, and I was grown by then. Actually graduate of high school, Pensacola High School, Fighting Tiger. And the thing is, I had children though, and those children benefited from WSRE TV. And then I also have grandchildren.
That's
and
right.
those grandchildren are benefiting from WSRE
That's
TV.
right.
So that's why we love WSRE TV, because of the children's program. It's so outstanding, and you can trust WSRE for what they put on the air.
That's right. And the thing I really like is the great programming for children and the fact that it's accessible to all children, because it is public television. You can get it. You don't have to have cable. You can actually just have the good old-fashioned what are they called? Rabbit ears.
Yeah.
But you can get...
Called an antenna.
Oh, thank you. All right. A good old-fashioned antenna. And you can get that great program. It is available to everyone. But the way to make it available to everyone is for everyone to call in and give to WSRE tonight. We love to hear those phones ringing. And I've already thought of a challenge tonight.
Okay. Well, hey, anything that you say, like I say, is golden.
Okay, well, we already talked about that. We have the WSRE board ready to answer the phones. And
wait, who's that man over there with gray hair?
So if let's zoom in over there with to PC
zoom,
Woo.
Please.
Can we zoom in over on PC Woo? Now, I want everybody in Pensacola, wave PC.
It's not even gray, it's white hair.
That's right. Everyone in Pensacola knows PC Woo, and I think almost everyone in Pensacola who does know PC Woo has had your picture taken with PC. He is great to take your picture. He tells you happy birthday on your birthday on Facebook. So if you have ever taken a picture with PC Woo, I want you to call in right this minute, and I want you to make a pledge, any amount, and say, I'm making a pledge because I'm for PC Woo. So and I'm going to have to do it myself. I mean, I've had my picture with PC several times.
Well, no doubt. And tell you the truth, you know, as Jill mentioned, we're on the last leg of this pledge drive. But we're close, but we're not there yet.
We're not
and
there.
So this is there's a sense of urgency here tonight. Not only are we going to talk about why we love WSRE TV, but we've got to get to that gold. And that gold is golden, and we got to get there.
Absolutely. So we hope that everybody will call in And again, call in if you ever had your picture made with PC Woo. We need to hear from you, and I think it'll get us there. But for now, we're going to go over to our friends Marty and Amy.
Well, hello, and welcome to the most exciting night on Pensacola television, and you get to be a part of it. Marty, tell us why. Why are you here tonight?
Because when I started teaching here 30 years ago this year, even though I'm not yet 74, Billy Harrell, Sandy Says Ready Ray and I met, and she was general manager of the station, and she pulled me aside at a faculty function, and she says, I need you to come host at WSRE. So I asked my mom, I said, what do you think? Should I do this? And she looked at me and she goes, honey, you grew up on PBS. Electric Company, Sesame Street, and I think about how PBS not only was a part of my life as a kid, but then when I went to college, and I had a black and white television also, there were only 4 channels, and one of them was WSRE. I used to watch the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour every night because it was one of the few things that I could actually get on the 4 channels on the television with no cable. And then in adulthood, I mean, not just the incredible local programming that we're going to talk about a lot tonight, but I think about, as a historian and somebody who taught history and humanities here for over a decade, what Ken Burns has meant to my life and the life of so many people. What Antiques Roadshow means to me. It's a train wreck. It comes on. I can't not watch because I got to know if that vase is worth $70,000, I'm selling it. But it's worth $7. We're just going to stick it back on the shelf.
Just moving on, right?
There's just, you know what? There is never a slow night on television, on PBS or WSRE, and there's something for everybody. There's great music programming. There's business programming. There's travel. There's so much for kids. And our kids, I mean, I've been running a kids program, blessed to have your daughter as one of my kids for about a decade now.
Yes.
And you know something? Our kids need great positive influences, and they get it through WSRE, your PBS of the Gulf Coast.
Oh my gosh, you are going to hear about all of it. You're going to hear all the stories of why the people are here in this room tonight, and you get to be a part of it. So the way that you're a part of it and the way that you support your public television station is by picking up the phone tonight, and all you have to do is call 850-484-1290, and one of my friends is going to answer the phone and take your call. Okay, with that, let me send it over to Jill Hubbs.
All right, well, we have our very first check presentation tonight, and it's exciting. It is by the West Florida Roller Derby Group, and they are here to bring a lot of excitement. Woo! Whoop, whoop. Now, if I had done that, we would be calling an ambulance right now. But you guys did that with such grace, and that we were worried there wasn't enough space here, but you guys are pros at this.
Plenty of space.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you being here tonight and your community support. Why do you love WSRE? Why are you supporting us tonight?
We're your local roller derby team. You're our local public broadcasting television station. We support local.
Well, we appreciate that very much, and you guys do some exciting things in the community. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we, as she mentioned, are a local roller derby.
Can you hear them?
Games. Oh, sorry. We have games that are great, but you can also join our team. I am the coordinator of Running of the Bulls. If anybody's heard about it, it's a fun run down at Seville every July.
We forgot we have to have a microphone for this.
I'm not loud enough. That's a first. Okay, so I'll just start over. So yes, as you mentioned, we're a local roller derby team. We're a recreational sports league that, you know, is empowering people to get out there and be physical. So we have games. You are welcome to come and skate with us if that's something that you would like to do.
All right. No, I watch and cheer you on, but you know, I know my limitations.
But we do have a game next Saturday. But like I said a minute ago, I'm coordinator of Running of the Bulls, which is a fun run every July. And we just love to get the community together, and we have lots of local support that is just amazing. And we love to get out there and support in whatever way we can. Oh yeah, we volunteer. We've
Just
had
like you're doing tonight, which we appreciate.
Yeah, exactly. We've helped out with A-Hope with animal advocacy. We've gone to Miracle League games, and we're there to support in whatever way we can.
Well, thank you all very much for being here. We'll take your check, our very first check presentation of the evening, and we love the West Florida Roller Derby, so give you a chance to skate around one more time and back on your way.
Great for skating.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh. All right, come on back over.
is just awesome. They're amazing.
Well, that is exciting.
I'm glad we didn't have to do this on
We
roller
didn't, and you know what? The phones are no, that'll be next time.
Oh, thank you so much.
The phones are starting to ring, and people are calling, which is great, and that's what we want them to do.
That is what we want them to do, and it really is exciting.
What pledge level are we looking for?
You know what? Any amount tonight.
Any amount?
If you want to
Okay.
donate $5,
Yeah.
$500, $5,000, whatever, we will take it. Your donations are tax
It's
deductible.
just a way of saying I love WSRE.
Yes.
And you got a cool T-shirt on.
I do, and you know, Billy, I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
we have a really great thank you gift. When you pledge $100 tonight, you will get this great I Love WSRE package. It's with the T-shirt,
Both
the
y'all together
mug.
with? Is that part of the package?
We're not part of the package, thankfully.
Well, you'll get a little bit of swag, a sticker for your car. It's a one-time payment. Plus, you get Passport, PBS Passport, which
Passport.
I know Becca knows all about PBS Passports. That's an additional gift you'll get when you pledge. So tell me about Passport.
So let me tell you about Passport. First of all, I'm just going to give every wife out there just a little bit of good marriage advice. Do not let your husband's passport expire, okay? Don't let it happen because
She's speaking from experience.
It is not good. My husband absolutely loves his PBS Passport. It's his favorite programming. I know sometimes when he's watched a little bit, because there's a lot of British programming on it, and I know when he's watched a little bit too much, because all of a sudden he's like, darling, can you bring me a spot of tea? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you have watched way too much Passport, okay? But it is fantastic. And when you do the $100, you're going to also have Passport streaming.
All right, so you know it's part of this whole streaming thing that's taken over. So you can watch PBS programs whenever you want to on Passport, and that's the secret of the whole thing. Now, I was a latecomer to Passport. You know, for some reason I said, nah, you know, I'll just watch it, you know, at an appointed time. Well, when I discovered Passport, it changed my life as far as watching PBS programming. And one of my goals is to watch all of the Ken Burns series before the new Ken Burns series comes on.
That could take you a long, long time because
I
you know
know.
his documentaries are like 18 hours long.
Hey, but I'm retired, you know. I got time
There
to
you
kill,
go.
you know. But the thing is, I would get basically a history education just watching those Ken Burns documentaries.
Absolutely.
You know, the one that I've always wanted to watch that I never have is the one on the Brooklyn Bridge. You know, that you think about the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City.
It's one of his early ones. They're very good.
It's very good. And so we're all looking forward to that because once again, you know, there's a lot of education around WSRE. And Jill, you did that for years. And tell us about, you know, how WSRE's mission is to educate the public.
It is. That is our mission. We're part of Pensacola State College, and that is our mission to, you know, entertain and inform, but also to educate. And there's so many great things for kids on PBS that's all based around national curriculum standards. So they're going to learn stuff about science and math and language arts and history. And, you know, there's just so much. There's something for everybody. It's free over the air. You know, you can't beat that. PBS is a treasure. And tonight, if you believe in PBS, we will ask you to give us a call and make a donation tonight. Now, there's no better time to do it. You'll get Passport. We'll get this great swag. Every time I go out somewhere, I wear this shirt. People stop me and talk to me about, you know, why the shows they love.
But once again, for a $100 pledge, they can wear that shirt.
That's right. That's right.
You get your own shirt. To be
You know,
clear.
notice I
You
didn't
do
get a shirt.
You do get your own shirt, and we're waiting for your
But I
pledge.
have made a pledge.
Yes, thank you.
I have
Okay,
made a
good.
pledge.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, we're going to go back over to
Uh-oh.
Marty
I see a check.
and to Amy, and they're going to talk a little bit more about what they love about WSRE.
Well, we actually have a guest, and at this time we'd like to ask Amelia Smith. Amelia is with Levin Papantoni. Amelia, thank you for being here with us tonight. And obviously, we know about the incredible work of not just the firm, but also the foundation of the Levin Papantonio Law Firm here in Northwest Florida. Talk about why you're here tonight to support your PBS.
Well, you know, I'm a PBS kid myself, and as a new mom, as a working mom, I can't emphasize enough how great it is to know that PBS is accessible not only to my kids, but to kids everywhere, to children in need. They can turn on Mr. Rogers or, you know, Reading Rainbow. They can watch Sesame Street and learn real life lessons from real foundational programs that PBS operates. And at Love and Papantonio, we appreciate the community being able to take from those programs and learn and educate and, you know, all of the great things that they do, in addition to WSRE's community involvement programs for children.
Now, when we say that you're a new mom, Jill Hubbs, we got to bring our general manager in here. When we say that she is a new mom, here, everybody slide
Here,
over.
let's
Let's
come
get
this
him in
direction.
here.
Oh,
There he is.
he
Uh-oh,
wants
and
to see
there
the whole
goes
smile.
Binky.
Hi,
So,
how are you?
So this is, you know, when we talk about programming for kids, this is ultimately what it's all about. And Amelia's already said, you know, Clifford the big red dog is going to obviously be a part moving forward, and just, you know, talk about the importance of, you know, all of those programs that you talked about. Reading Rainbow.
Oh, I mean, I'm so blessed to get to raise my kids and to educate them and to have that impact and instill in them the lessons that I value. But I know that there are not children so lucky that there are children in homes that need this outlet. There are tons of underprivileged communities that are reached by PBS and the programs. And what you learn, not just about your ABCs or your 1, 2, 3s, but you're teaching children lessons on how to be a good person. And
it looks like a future
And
PBS
that's
host
right.
right here.
We might have a host.
He's like, ah.
Yeah.
Love this. You know, and that really connects to our message tonight, Amelia. You know, obviously we have a wonderful $500 pledge here. I know that I've got 5 friends out there in the community right now that can call in, pledge $100, get that great pledge package. Tika Marie just texted me, girl, most talented photographer I know. Call in right now, 484-1290. WSRE.org if you want to go on in line and do it. But let's get those phones to ringing. We've got 6 incredible board members here right now. And you know what? Amelia's right. There's a lot of people to where maybe you can't do $100. Well, you know what? I still get auto-debited $5 a month to make sure that I always have my passport, because I agree. It is important, and it is that connection to the community. And I made a $100 pledge when I came up here for the open house. I'm going to make another $100 pledge tonight, and I hope a lot of our friends out there will join us. 850-484-1290. You can go online right now if you'd like, WSRE.org, and make that donation. Amelia, congratulations, and thank you for being with us.
so much.
And thank you to everybody at Live in Papantonio. We appreciate their support, so please send our thanks to all of them.
I will, I promise. And you guys have a great rest of your night. I got to get this one to bed.
All right.
Thanks, Amelia.
All right, we're going to go back over to Billy and Becca.
All right, two.
There you
Hey, yeah, have you got one of these little things you can squeeze them whenever you get, you know, uptight about anything? This is part of the swag. This is part of the $100 pledge, and you got a coffee cup.
Yes, I figured if you were tired of seeing my mug, you could see this one. This is I Love WSRE, and it comes with that $100 pledge, and you're going to be really excited to get this. There's a stress ball. I'm not saying anybody is stressed these days, but it's a heart-shaped stress ball. And look, there's one other. Besides this great shirt, the mug, the heart shape, there's a chip clip. So there's multiple uses for this. The obvious one.
You can put that on a refrigerator.
Put it on your refrigerator. That's right.
Yeah.
You can clip your chips. I often thought if you could do it just right, you can grab the back of your neck and get rid of that second chin as well with it. So think of all the great purposes you might have with this PBS swag.
But it's your way of saying, I love WSRE by picking up the phone and making that call and calling in a $100 pledge. Once again, we've got a lot of things that we're proud of at WSRE. And one of the things is the ongoing music that is provided to people on WSRE. Now, one of the things that started a long time ago, 50 years ago, was Austin City Limits.
Oh.
And the first person on Austin City Limits was Willie Nelson. And that show keeps going and going and going. But they've had so many great people on Austin City Limits. If you're an Austin City Limits fan, pick up the phone and let us know. Let us know by making a pledge. As Jill said, we can do $5, $10, $50, $100, you know, whatever. But the thing is, this is your way of showing that you love WSRE by picking up the phone and making that pledge tonight. We also have a local show called Studio Ant, and we're
just
glad to
gonna
announce
say.
that that's coming in October. And we've started to publish the dates when we're going to have the different bands play, and we'll be in the Amos Performance Studio doing live programming. We hope people will come out and watch those, but we'll also air them on WSRE TV. And one of the things I like the most, and this is kind of going back to the old patriotic part of me, every year on Memorial Day and the 4th of July, they do a concert, you know,
Okay.
from Washington. And
Oh,
it's very,
yes,
very
yes.
patriotic. And they have this really wonderful band that, you know, like the Philip Sousa bands, you
That's
know.
right, that's right.
And they do their thing, and they have people come on and tell stories about their experiences in the war and things like that. But that's patriotism that they have on WSRE TV. So it's a wonderful thing, and plus they have some wonderful music.
That's right. And listen, the whole thing is WSRE is part of the fabric of this community, and we can't really do it without you. And we need everyone to be part of that and to please call in. As Jill said, no donation. We've talked a lot about the $100 donation, but any donation is welcomed and appreciated, because it's just saying, I believe in the programming. I'm glad WSRE is here. I want to see more of it, and I want to be a part of it. So we invite every single person to please give us a call right now.
You know, Marty and Amy have something to say right now. Your turn.
All right, here we go. You know what? One of the awesome things about WSRE PBS is the access to arts and culture, right? Like, I don't know, but Marty, like, do you have anything that is awesome about that, or are we about to hear about what's awesome about that?
Okay, so once upon a time, I thought about Lawrence Welk, and that was the arts and culture when I was growing up and I was a PBS kid. And I remember my parents back in the 70s loving watching Lawrence Welk. But then times change, and now I've seen The Police, I've seen Prince, David Bowie. And so my generation's music, the music of the 1980s, the music was really formative to me, is now a part of the PBS story. And, you know, that's part of it, not just, you know, once again, we talked about the historical program, the kids programming, but arts and culture is so much of a part of it. Let's do this. Let's have some of our friends talk a little bit about the variety of what you actually get to enjoy through arts and culture right here with your PBS of the Gulf Coast.
I have loved WSRE for a long time now, and there was a show produced here called Gourmet Cooking with Earl Perot. At the end of it, it would say WSRE, Pensacola, Florida, but he would give you the recipes and make an entire meal, and then at the end, he would sit down at a table and say, "A biento," as everyone got to eat. It was a wonderful show, and that's why I love WSRE.
One of my favorite shows to watch is Nova. I enjoy the science of it, and watching PBS previously, of course, growing up with Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. As a little kid, those were my favorite, but it's been something that I continue to tune into, watching Bob Ross or some of the music shows that I can't even remember the name of, some of the documentaries. It's just enjoyable TV for me. That's why I love WSRE.
Some of my favorite programming has been the mystery series like Vera. I also have enjoyed opera, which I don't usually listen to or go see, but some of that has opened my horizons to new things, new arts, new cultures, new travel shows, ways of cooking and ways of living. So I really applaud the PBS station for making a difference in my life, and hopefully it can reach out to others for many, many years to come. I love WSRE.
You know, I think about Earl Perot and the fact that my mother learned to cook watching him and had the whole set of Earl Perot cookbooks. And when you talk about the musical programming, I've been involved since I moved back here 30 years ago this year to teach here with Pensacola Opera. And so you look at not just the variety of program, the incredible cooking shows that you get here, but music, culture, literature, a big part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a great friend here with us, Mr. Johnny Artis from Open Books. Johnny, thank you for coming tonight.
You're welcome.
Johnny, why don't you tell us, why are you here tonight? Why are you supporting WSRE?
Well, as a leader of a nonprofit, everybody at Open Books Bookstore loves PBS. I love PBS. So we decided what we would do is give a donation to help out. So here's a check for $1,000.
Thank
Amazing. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you said something before while we were on the roll-in. You said the two things that really make life worth living: coffee and PBS. Absolutely. And now, Johnny, also, you're going to be doing a book sale soon, and you're going to donate a portion of the proceeds. So it's not just the $1,000 here tonight. Tell everybody about the book sale, how they can participate, and additionally, you know, come get a couple of great new reads, and then also
give y'all another check.
Oh, yes. We would love that. Yes.
Absolutely. So a big thank you, Johnny. Thank you for coming, for being here tonight, for your passion for PBS, and thank you, you know, for what you do. Obviously, PBS is a pretty literate audience, and so I think, you know, this is a, you don't talk about a lot of perfect marriages, but open books and PBS, definitely one of them, and I couldn't agree with you more in the world of coffee. So thank you, Johnny Artist, for being here tonight.
Well, thank y'all.
Yes, thank you. Knowledge is power, and that is what we do here at WSRE PBS, is we educate the community. So with that, we are turning it back over to Becca.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marty, for reminding me about the cooking shows that I should be watching. And I think everyone in my household would be a little happier if I did that. You know, when I cook, I don't go for great, wonderful. I go for edible. And I feel like if it's edible, I've done my job. But speaking of doing our job tonight, we are so excited to be here and getting pledges. So please help us make the phone ring. Billy, you and I were just talking about all the great music. And I do like to listen to music, even though I can't play music and sing like you. But I do love great music. So I also love the fact that there's local programming. So can you tell us a little bit more about Studio Amp? I know that's kind of been your baby.
Can. We are so excited. Our 16th season is getting ready to start. And it all started with saying, you know, what can we do that would be similar to Austin City Limits? Can we have a local Austin City Limits? And so we all, busted our heads and said, well, we've got the Amos Performance Studio.
Right.
What if we brought the bands in? These are local bands.
Yeah.
And showcase their original music. Now, they can't play other people's music, cover music. They have to play their own original music, and to give these people a chance to really showcase what their talents are. And so this goes on WSRE, which goes into 500,000 households all over the Gulf Coast area, and then they also get a really good MP4 of the program. So what we want to do now is just to show you a little bit of Studio Amped and what it looks like on the air.
Well, the snow is falling and the Adderall is starting to kick in. Tomorrow I'll be heading to the miles I logged in. The lights kept me up all night and I'm falling down again. Nothing new to talk about after 3 a.m. Another long night in Nashville, Tennessee. Just get your head right, darling. Lie down next to me. Them red wine stains remind us so what the morning used to be. Just to be there, to adore her and to love her. Now I love only a shadow, writing my to-do, wading into my self-doubt, wanting to court her and ask her for her hand. She would laugh at me, wouldn't she laugh? Even that sound, it seems, would be enough. If I was strong, I would not be living just to see her.
Rebecca, that's a great sound, and you
was
saw
great.
first Johnny Hayes, and he's from the Alabama area over in Mobile.
All right.
And the last group we saw was Civilized Natives, and they're from the Pensacola area, and they've been playing here for many, many, many years. And some people may recognize those folks. But anyway, it's a local show, and it airs every Thursday night at 9 o'clock on WSRE. So if, you know, we also play shows from the past and things like that. But once again, it costs money to put on a show like that.
It does.
And
it
that's why
does.
we're asking you to pick up the phone now and make that pledge. If you like Studio Amp and you like to see these type of programs, musical programs, keep going, pick up the phone now and make that pledge of $100. And you get the, all that swag.
That's right. You're going to get the T-shirt, the mug, the clip, the stress ball, the sticker for your car, and of course a koozie, because you have to have a koozie. I will say that our great WSRE board is back here answering the phones. One of those people is our own Dr. Lurton back here.
Yeah, Jack Lurton, yeah.
That's right. So listen, if you get Dr. Jack Lurton on the phone, I'll first start with please be patient. And second thing I'll say is if you get Dr. Jack Lurton, while you're giving your pledge, you can ask him about was an ENT doctor, so ask him about the tickle in your throat.
I've got,
he'll be happy to help you, but
you know,
the
I've
pledge
got one
is
for you.
first.
If Dr. Lurton put tubes in your children's ears, pick up the phone now and make that call.
There you go.
Hey, Dr. Lurton, do you hear that? If you put tubes in somebody's ears, they need to pick up the phone and make that call.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Tubes.
All right, I think we better send it over to Marty and Amy.
Yeah.
So I just got a pledge, and she just sent me $50 of Apple Cash, so I've got to figure out how to get that. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to match the $50. My friend Tika Marie, I called her out, that incredible photographer who's done so many great things with my fiance, Joe Rich. I got to tell you, I can't thank you enough, Tika. I appreciate your support. You know what? We're going to split the package, but you get the shirt, girl, because I have got my proud to wear I Love WSRE.
Welcome to the I Love WSRE Club.
Awesome.
It's a very exclusive, exciting place to be. So here, let me tell you one reason why I absolutely love what we do around here. And if you don't know about this, hold on to your seat. Amazing Kids Day is, I mean, seriously, I just got a lump in my throat or just even thinking about it, because it is truly the most amazing thing that we do here. As a mom of a person with autism, this is by far my very favorite event that we put on here. So it is sponsored locally by several very generous people, and it is a sensory-friendly event for people on the spectrum and their families that offers so much support and education and just really awesome place to be. So it is coming up on Saturday, September the 20th, right here. So, and to tell you a little bit more about that, just pay attention.
I have a son that has Down syndrome and a daughter that's autistic. She is having an amazing time. She's experiencing playing with other children, getting involved in activities. Even my son, he's 4 months old, and he's even enjoying being here. Seeing an event like this melts my heart. They have all kinds of organizations here, and one is Healthy Start, and I'm under their program. They will give you different resources, and it's amazing. Having an event like this shows us parents we can be strong, and I have learned so much from today. And I thank y'all tremendously from the bottom of my heart, giving my children a place to come to where they're accepted and they're loved.
You know, we just had an incredible open house here at WSRE, and I walked. I had no idea what to expect. Didn't tell my longtime friend Jill that I was going to come. Brought Joe Rich's 2 boys out here, and our oldest son walked in. He saw the PBS kids. He goes, "I'm a PBS kid." I said, "Yes, young man, you certainly are." And that's it. And it really struck me. It really hit home. Not just talking about working with kids on the spectrum, but how there is something educationally for everybody literally cradle to grave here at WSRE. And the educational opportunities that WSRE, the outreach programs, you know, as you said, coming up on September 20th, a very special day. I remember the first time when she was the education director, I visited that event Jill Hubbs had on, the Clifford the Big Red Dog ears. And I still call her Clifford. She says not to call her, but I do anyway. But, you know, Amy, it's there is something truly for everybody here at WSRE.
For sure. You know what? I think one thing I love about it is the accessibility to anyone and everyone. So it really doesn't matter what type of family you were born into, because you have access to all of your favorite characters because of public television, which, you know what, honestly, growing up in Pensacola, I feel so blessed because I grew up a PBS kid. My children are PBS kids, and all of us here in the Pensacola area all affected by the same WSRE. It's pretty incredible.
You know, my father, I don't talk about it a lot. My father died very young, and when I was very young, of cancer. And when Mom talked to me about me being a PBS kid, one of the reasons that I'm here, one of the reasons I pledged, one of the reasons I give monthly and then I donate every time I host is because I can now afford to. But back in the day, I couldn't. But I benefited from those programs, and that's something that my mother taught me. And so really, that's our challenge to you out there tonight. I had a friend just send $50. You know what? If $5 a month, which is $60 a year, is something that you can do, you know what? It's less than a cup of coffee. I mean, you can't even call it Starbucks anymore. It's not even $5 anymore. $8 might get you a coffee with tip. But so it's less than a cup of coffee at a drive-through anymore. And that's what we want you to do to support. You know what? You may not have kids at the house, but somebody else does, and they need this programming. But there's something there for you, and you will get Passport. And Billy Harrell talked about it earlier. Passport is so cool. I had never watched the Ken Burns documentary on the Roosevelts. And a few nights there was nothing on television. I flipped over to PBS. Well, episode 5 was just coming on. I watched for 2 straight hours, missed my bedtime, but that was okay. And I was like, man, I wish I have PBS Passport. So I went back and I watched those first 4 episodes. It's just amazing. Ken Burns is an incredible gift. We're going to talk a little bit more about him later in the program. But what we need you to do right now is pick up those phones. We've got these incredible board members who they support PBS year-round. We're asking you to support tonight. 850-484-1290. If you want to go online, hey, Online Generation, it is there, WSRE.org/donate. We'd love to have you support for our pledge this evening.
You know, the way that you ensure that really awesome things are in your community is that you support the really awesome things that are in your community. So now is the time. You get to be a part of WSRE with your money, okay? And all it takes is a quick call. We'll give you a shout out online or right here on air if that's what you want. And we would love to celebrate you. Thank you for being a part. And let's see what's going on over here.
Well, we're going to send it back over there, but Billy Harrell is taking a picture. But you know what? We're going up to Jilly Hubbs.
So I am here with some board members and also with Paul Cope, who is one of our staff members, but Aaron Erskine is one of our new board members. And Aaron, we appreciate you being here tonight. Yeah, he brought his son Jake, and they have a challenge for you. What's the challenge, Jake?
We're gonna try to make $500 in 30 minutes today.
And if you do, your dad's gonna match it. So get those phones ringing. That's a pretty good challenge. All right. Well, we've got a couple people on the phone already. Aaron, you want to tell us why you support WSRE?
I would say that I support WSRE for, my son Jake, he grew up on PBS WSRE, and that's been a big part of his life and also my life. But just as Amy was saying, the Amazing Kids Day and those things, everything we do here at WSRE is just pertinent to the community and changes lives.
All right, well, thanks. We appreciate you being there. And Jake, you let me know if the phones are ringing, okay? All right, remember, it's a $500 challenge, so if we can raise how much in the next 30 minutes?
$500.
Then Jake's dad is going to match it, so
Give me
come
some,
on.
Jake.
That's right.
All
Get
right,
those phones
buddy.
ringing. I'm going to come over here with some other board members that are answering the phones tonight. I've got Aaliyah Williams and Kim Parker. I'm going to let you guys tell who you are and what you do and why you serve on our board.
Well, thank you, Jill.
Thanks. So I serve on the board because I am a PBS kid. I watched Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And then as I got older, I watched The Joy of Painting with my mother, and those were some very memorable moments. And as an adult, I'm a huge Ken Burns fan, and I love nature. There's just so much great programming that's available.
Kim?
Well, I just love everything that we do in the community and all the events. With recently we had Be My Neighbor Day and Amazing Kids Day, and always something exciting going on in the community. And my passion is giving back to the community, so I love the time that I spend here with our WSRE family.
And we appreciate everything both of you ladies do. And look, you got the phone to ring. That's right. We haven't heard from anybody, I don't think, tonight in Mary Esther or Pensacola Beach or Perdido. We really want to hear from them. Now, here's two other faithful board members, but they're on the phone. Dr. Jack Lurton and PC Wu are very busy right now, so we won't bother them. We'll talk to them a little bit later. I'm going to go back over to Billy and Becca.
Becca, we've had our first challenge for the night.
I know, that's so exciting.
All right, so here's the way it works. $500, but that means 5 people have got to call in a $100 pledge, and then that 500 turns into 1,000, right?
And what would be a good example of that, Billy?
Well, it'd be like if you went into Wendy's and you ordered a single, and all of a sudden you got served a double.
Or 2 singles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It would be the same thing, but the idea is they're gracious enough to make that challenge, and Aaron is there, and he's going to. So let's make sure we meet that challenge. Becca, we were talking about the $100 package, and let's go back up on and see it on the screen exactly what people get. So you're wearing the T-shirt.
I've got the T-shirt, and listen, the good news is we have more T-shirts. You're not going to have to wear one we've been wearing. These are fresh T-shirts right from the beginning. You've got your coffee mug, so every morning you can think how much I love WSRE every morning in that coffee mug. You want to tell others about it, so we've got a sticker for your car
and the stress heart. You know,
and the stress heart.
The stress heart, if you didn't see it, you stress. You know, when you're stressed, you just pull it. You know,
That's right.
Push it.
That's right. Listen.
You know, whatever.
For your donation, we might actually save you a heart attack. So by getting rid of that stress, so it's absolutely worth it.
All
But
right,
what I want to
so
talk
how
about
many
is that
times
passport.
have chips gone stale because you didn't have something to
A
clip
chip
it
clip,
with?
yeah. Now I'm a big fan of a chip clip, but yes, that also is part of your package. But what also comes with that you're not seeing as well is the passport that Marty talked to you about, that we talked to you about. And I think, Billy, you talked about the fact that you can get that passport not just on your television, but you can get it on your mobile device.
Yeah.
And you can get it on your iPad, that passport, which means you can watch programming. Let's just pretend like you're sitting in a waiting room. And like you're waiting, you're thinking, well, I want to do something productive. As long as you have your little headphones or your earbuds or whatever, you can be watching your PBS Passport wherever you are.
That's right. That's right. And the idea is, it's an app, and being on your television, it does give you that opportunity to watch when you want
to watch.
Not
That's
when
right.
they say you watch, it's when you want to watch.
That's right. And you can pick the programming that you like. And let me just say, you have no idea how much programming. You think you know what PBS, what they offer. You don't know how much fantastic programming. There's series to watch. There's so much good programming.
I hear the phones ringing, and that's very encouraging. That means I think we're going to get Aaron's pledge.
I
mean, I think we're going to get that challenge and wrap it up. But the main thing is, do we have a roll-in of Passport?
Yeah, let's look at
let's
more
take a
about
look
that.
at it.
Let's.
All right. Well, whatever.
Oh,
there
here
we go.
So video app. Install it on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or other streaming device, and use it to access more of the PBS shows you love. But if you're looking for even more shows to binge like this, or early access to shows like this, then look for this icon. That's the Passport icon, and it means that video is part of Passport. Passport is our way of saying thank you to our station members. Donate to your local PBS station today, and one of the member benefits you'll receive is Passport, which offers extended access to a growing library of favorite PBS programs. You can support your station and your community by becoming a member today. Visit pbs.org/getpassport for details. Watch Passport anytime on any screen, wherever you stream. It's your ticket to the best of PBS.
It was going to be the most exciting night on television, and let me just tell you, yes, tell us why you are supporting WSRE.
I'm Mandy Patty. I'm with Joe Patty Seafood and Patty Marine Enterprises. We're supporting, thank you, we're supporting WSRE and PBS for the culture, for the unbiased news, for the PBS kids. Me personally, Rick Steves. I love Passport and the history and the foundation. So we're definitely fans.
That's awesome. Listen, I got completely starstruck when she walked into the green room and she was like, I'm Mandy Patty. And I'm like, oh my God, I know who you are. So thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you for supporting WSRE.
We appreciate
Y'all are
it.
incredible, and really you are supporting us, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy.
And you know, Mandy, especially not just one business, but two, you know, one incredibly legendary, the other incredibly important, Pensacola. You know, if the Petty Shipyard over on Bio Chico
Thank
is
you.
just incredible. And, you know, y'all have done a lot with local broadcasting. We've seen it, not
We have.
necessarily on WSRE, but it's the fact that you support local because local supports you.
Oh, hands down. We love Pensacola. One thing about the Patty family is Pensacola.
Amen. Absolutely. So, Mandy Patty, thank you for being here so much
Thank
tonight.
you, Marty. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
And we have another incredible friend over here. Her business is Hummer for Hire. This is Joanna Cope.
Hello.
Joanna, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
I am wonderful. And you
Awesome.
know, you and I have been friends for a long time
We have.
now. You're a big supporter of the nonprofit that I run, First Tee. You actually got connected with WSRE with the Joe Bonamassa show.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
and providing executive transportation for that. And what made you fall in love with WSRE?
Jill.
No, Jill Hubbs. Jill Hubbs does that to
She
people.
does. She does. But
what are you saying about me?
What are we saying?
What made me
is-
fall in love with WSRE? I said Jill. But That's so sweet. no, we have loved having the relationship with WSRE. We have been honored to drive a lot of their people, not only for Joe Bonamassa, but also with Sing Harlem that came from New York to Pensacola. That was an incredible event, and we my kids grew up with Clifford the Big Red Dog. They're all grown now and in college, but they've been here ever since my kids were little. So we love WSRE and PBS, and we just are delighted to be a part of your family here.
Well,
so
thank you.
I appreciate you
We
including
love you
us,
guys
Jill.
too. Thank you
Yes.
for your support, and it really means a lot. You know, it makes everything that we do possible, not just the national programming, but the local programming, and then all the outreach that we do with kids and families and teachers and just, you know, lifelong learners of every age. So it's people like you that make it possible too. And people like you as well. So we're hoping to get those phones. We still have a couple board members that are not on the phone. We want to get them busy. So give us a call right now. That's right. I want to, you know, when we had the open house the other day, a couple weeks ago, we did little testimonials, and we let people just tell us why they love WSRE. And there was a dad named Hunter who brought his little boy, and it was just perfect what he said. So I want to show you that clip right now.
Finding a connection between my favorite PBS Kids show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and my son's favorite PBS Kids show, which was Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, it really made it to where me and him could discuss big feelings a whole lot easier. And to just be able to see things through his eyes, because I could see them through mine when I was a kid. And that's why I love WSRE and why you should too.
Becca, one of the great things about WSRE is they've embraced Pensacola State College Pirate sports.
That's right. And listen, Pensacola State Pensacola State College sports are pretty impressive.
They sure are. And you know, the thing is, there is a way of putting them on the air, but there's also a whole new sports program that has really caught on. And you know, when you talk about television, you also see it on TV, but you also see it online, and you get hits. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
This sports show that they do every week, it just gets hit after hit after hit. It had Roy Jones, all these famous Pensacola sports figures. All right, we got it on the screen there. Looks like the basketball team.
That's
and,
right.
That's probably what you played growing up, right?
Well, one might think at 6 foot I would have, and if I could have walked and chewed gum, I would have been on that basketball
But look at the
court.
quality of that.
But
It's wonderful quality.
It really is.
And that's one of the things we really want to brag about is the production quality here at WSRE TV. Our people just do a wonderful job of going out and capturing something like this. And here we go. Here's baseball. Baseball's been very, very good to me.
A lot of the players you're going to see here,
Yeah.
they may be playing for your next team, or they'll be in the pros at some point, and you will have seen them first right here at Pensacola State College and on WSRE TV.
At least at another level. It looks like that was a walk-off. So it looks like, yeah, that was a walk-off win right there.
I think a
for the
win is a
Pirates.
win is
Yeah.
what we used to say.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, volleyball. Now, how about, did you play volleyball?
No, you haven't hit my sport yet, but that's okay.
Did you play bingo? You know? All right, but once again,
I played left out.
I can't emphasize enough the quality of the production that our people go out, and this is all in the field, and they're shooting this, and it's able to put Pirate sports on WSRE. And some people, of course, can't go to the games, and that's one of the things we need to talk about. A lot of people that watch WSRE watch because it's their only avenue to see things. And some people can't afford to go to concerts. Some people can't afford to go to sporting events. Some people just can't afford to get out. And so we bring them to, bring those events to those people.
And the other thing about getting to be able to watch those sports is a lot of the younger kids who are looking to play those sports, they're able to, from their home, watch sports at this level and continue to learn and get better at their craft. And, WSRE is licensed by Pensacola State College, and so it's really wonderful that they're able to stream these great
it's just a
sports
partnership.
events.
It's just a wonderful way that we can bring Pirate sports to the audience.
Absolutely.
Hey, guess what? We were challenged. What was the challenge?
The challenge was we have $500 to match in 30 minutes, so it was 5 $100 donations.
And now it's 1,000.
No.
Yeah, we made it. We made it.
Woohoo!
We made it very quickly, by the way. So, hey, but that's not a reason not to call. Pick up the phone now and make that call and become the newest $100 pledge.
That's
I
right.
love WSRE.
And remember, you get all kinds of great stuff. What you see on the screen right now, including that incredible PBS passport. And again, that is priceless. The programming you're going to get through the passport.
If you called in and made a pledge of $60, you could get passport. But if you call in a $100 pledge, you get all the other stuff.
$40 more, you're going to get the swag gift and show your support,
and
which
the
is
swag,
fantastic.
The swag is worth it. And once again, we appreciate everybody that's called in. Keep calling.
Let's turn it over to Jill.
Right, I need to borrow your microphone
You
for
can
somebody
have it.
else. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Because we're here with our very good friend Dave Hoxing. I know everybody knows Dave, Cat Country, ESPN, News Radio, that's right, 1620. There you go. I don't know why I'm holding that.
There we go.
All right, so Dave is a good supporter of ours in many ways. I have a microphone. He's a big supporter, helping us support with all of our events and everything that we do, but he also gives financially too. So Dave, I just want you to tell why you love WSRE. Why do you support our station?
Well, as I was walking in tonight, I walked over the courtyard where we have a little stone in the wall from our first gift to WSRE, which was 2 decades ago, a long time. So Mary and I have been longtime supporters. And, I do love WSRE because of what it does for our community. And it's been such a great part of our community. Our radio stations have partnered with WSRE with annual
for
programming
decades,
all along because we're here to serve the community just like you are. It's great to be here with my friends, and so many people I know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty terrific. But we sure do hope that our friends will support WSRE. There is a phone number to call, which is 850-484-1290.
There you go.
850-484-1290. Any pledge is welcome for sure. And these people back here are, well, about half are on the phone, but there are phone lines open, so please call. Thanks very much.
Dave, Mary is our marketing director, and she knows a lot of the things that you've done to support us through the years.
Well, I just want to say I am the marketing director, and we have Be My Neighbor Day. Coming up is the Gulfarium event over in Fort Walton, and it's invaluable when you all partner with us and help us promote those events for the community, especially when they're over in Fort Walton, because your coverage area mirrors ours and reaches over there to Okaloosa County. And they've just been big supporters, and I enjoy going on News Radio 1620. Jeff gets me on for Pep Talk, and it's wonderful. They do so much for the community, and we're just really proud and pleased that they support WSRE and public television.
Well, we
as
love your Jeff too, Jeff Weeks.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Conversations
Can't
with.
have too many Jeffs.
How many hundreds of shows has he done?
Almost too many to count. I mean, I was thinking the
He's
other day, how many
prolific.
years? Yeah, he has hundreds of shows in the can, which you can watch, by the way, all of them on WSRE.org.
That's right.
Yep.
And I note that tonight we're hoping to hear not only from the immediate area of Pensacola, but also Fort Walton Beach, Foley, Mary Esther, Perdido Key.
Baldwin County. We
Ring
have a lot
those
of members in
phones.
Baldwin County.
850-484-1290.
We appreciate good media partners, and you certainly are. And we thank you so much for everything you do on behalf of the community with your own radio station. You do so much to make a difference, and that's what it's all about. So our missions are aligned, and we just appreciate you being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Jill. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you. You know, speaking of making a difference in the lives of people and the lives of kids and families, when we had our recent open house, we had a lot of kids that came and families, and all the kids were saying, I love WSRE, and then they told us all the programs, but we made a really cute little clip out of it, so I'd like to show you that now.
I love WSRE and PBS Kids. I love WSRE. I love WSRE PBS Kids.
I love WSRE.
I love WSRE. I love WSRE. I love WSRE. I love WSRE. I love WSRE. I love WSRE.
I love WSRE.
I love WSRE. I like WSRE.
You know, Amy, I got to see a lot of those cute kids who were here with their parents for that open house day. It was so incredible. It was so heartwarming. And I think I did not actually get to go into the room and do my testimonial because the line was out the door of parents and kids and just talking about what this station really means to them so directly in their lives.
It's because everybody loves WSRE. You can feel the energy in this room right now. Everyone's over there chatting up. They're excited. They're texting their friends. They're saying, hey, I'll match your donation. There is so much going on in here. And aren't you excited that you are watching right now and you get to be a part of history? You can pick up the phone and call.
Well, it just a testimonial. I'll say something about Dave and Mary Hoxing, who before he leaves the studio here, they actually have radio broadcasting on 3 different stations right now, and yet he's here to support the broadcasting of PBS because that's what local means. That was what local means to Dave and Mary and to ADX and all of those stations. If you know the people that work for those stations, they're involved in the community. Community means so much to them, and that's ultimately what it's all about. So look, we've met the challenge, but that's no reason to stop. By the way, Tika Marie sent me some money earlier. Lauren Lenore, her business partner, said, you know what, I'm going to match that from 1 shot, 2 shots. So I've got to figure out how to get all this Apple Cash that is coming up, but I'm going to do it at the end of the night, and I'm matching my friends' pledges as well. So call right now, 850-484-1290. WSRE, it's your PBS of the Gulf Coast. You know what? We're going to go back up to the man who made that pledge possible this evening, Aaron Erskine.
All right. Hey, you got him. You got him. Stand up, y'all.
All right,
Be
all right,
seen.
all right.
Jake.
Tell them about WSRE.
What I like about WSRE is what happens and all the entertainment, sports, TV, everything that even when I'm a toddler, I was like always watching WSRE, and it's helped me through it, like the cooking shows, all these things. And I want to support WSRE because it's just a very entertaining, like I love it and everything else, and I hope you will like it.
That's great. Well, let's call PC because we got to give that pledge. Where'd you go, PC? Oh, he's getting his picture. Pledge PC. So PC's not busy, so we'll take care of that right now. Thank you.
Good job, Jake. Nice job, buddy.
Did you say what credit card P-A-U-L.
Coming back to us.
All right, Becca, I tell you what, this is having a lot of fun here tonight, and we are loving WSRE.
It is. And the reason we're having fun is because y'all are calling in and making pledges, and that's what it's all about tonight. So pick up the phone, make a pledge. We have a lot of people to thank who've called in and made pledges. I hear the phones ringing, and we sincerely appreciate you calling in. We have a couple of challenges tonight. We got PC Woo back here answering phones. We have the PC Woo challenge. If you've ever had your picture made with PC Woo, and that's a really big group.
And of course, mine is if Dr. Lurton ever put tubes in your children's ears.
Then if you have had your picture made with PC or Dr. Lurton put tubes in your kids' ears, we need you to call on in right now and make a pledge for WSRE. So we got a few people to thank here. We want to thank Pete Moore Chevrolet. Thank you so much to Pete Moore Chevrolet and Glaze Communications. Thank you to Glaze Communications and the Tegenkamp family and the $50 Eye and Coffee Guy. All have made great pledges tonight. So we really appreciate that so very much.
And I tell you what, if you want us to use your name on the air when you call in, just have the person write it down and give it to us, and we'll be glad to read it, so you can show the whole public out there that you love WSRE TV.
And you know who else supported us tonight was Jets Pizza.
Oh,
so thank you so much to Jets Pizza for helping to feed the gang tonight. It worked out great for me because it was my night to cook. So thank you very much to Jets Pizza for feeding all of us here.
I'm so afraid you're going to be leaving with about 3 pizzas at the end of the night. You know.
Well, listen, if there are 3 pizzas missing, I don't have them.
Okay.
I would always take at least 4. So thank you so much. Hey, please call in right now. Don't forget our great pledge, $100 for a great package.
And once again, when you call in, if you want to just say, why I love WSRE is, and we'll read it on the air. So not only will we read your name, but we'll read why you love WSRE.
Absolutely. And I know who loves WSRE over there is Amy, Marty, and Mary.
Oh, the history's coming.
It is. And, you know, by the way, I want to forewarn you, if anybody disappears with my gluten-free pizzas from Jets, the love fest here tonight is going to be over. But no, this is our marketing director here at WSRE, Mary Riker. And Mary, let's talk about this. We got something incredible coming up to talk about. Just another chapter in the epic history of Ken Burns.
Well, yeah, and one of the reasons I love WSRE is because of the documentaries and because I get to work on wonderful events like the one we have coming up. Ken Burns' next big project is the American Revolution, and it will premiere November 16th. It'll be 6 nights, a 12-hour documentary over 6 nights, starting November 16th. And we applied for a grant and received it to do some community engagement and local programming. And we got that grant because we have our own American Revolutionary story. And if you know your local history, you know that that's Bernardo de Galvez and the Siege of Pensacola, and it's mentioned in the documentary. And we have an exciting preview screening on October 21st. I believe we have a trailer for the film, so can we show that now?
From a small spark kindled in America, a flame has arisen, not to be extinguished.
We think about independence movements of the 20th century. You don't always recognize the fact that the United States actually started that.
The American Revolutionary Movement served as a model for freedom from oppression.
America is predicated on an idea that tells us who we are, where we came from, and what our forebears were willing to die for.
Collins said no taxation without representation. The fear was, if we give in to this precedent, what will they do in the future?
Crisis changes people. It gave different people different ideas about what they should be doing.
It gave them a space to make this democracy real.
The founders thought we can start over again. We can begin the world anew.
The British objective is to suppress the rebellion, force them to acknowledge the authority of the king.
Washington understands the war he's fighting. He doesn't have to win. He only has not to lose.
He becomes quite eloquent in trying to persuade people we're all Americans.
We see regiments with individuals who are not carrying arms, doing essential labor, including women.
They are at the forefront of this movement.
One of the most remarkable aspects is that you had such different places come together as one nation.
It mushrooms into a global campaign that touches Europe and all parts of the world.
It so excites us that we are the product of a revolutionary moment where the world turned upside down.
To believe in America is to believe in possibility.
We are all so excited to see this mega documentary, another mega documentary from Ken Burns, but mark your calendar for October 21st. And Galvez, our local story, the Siege of Pensacola, is featured in the film, mentioned in the film, and Kathleen Duvall, see if I can hold the book up. This is her book, and I'm really enjoying it, Independence Lost. It came out in 2015, but Random House is re-releasing it. Because of her appearance in this film, and of course America's 250th anniversary. But she will be here on October 21st for a discussion after we show the preview screening. So that'll be a wonderful night. If you've been to any of our public square events before, this is what this is, and they're always inspiring and just a great evening. So please plan to come. And then we're just going to kick off America's 250, and with that, and just keep it going.
Yeah, obviously, with a segue, we're within a year of that 250th, and the excitement is starting to build. I'll harken back. We're here in Studio B tonight. Studio A is the Gene and Paul Amos Theater, and I was blessed, and I mean truly blessed, to be here 20 years ago when Gene and Paul Amos were here for the dedication of that incredible space. And so what a great opportunity to come out and celebrate not just America's birthday, America's history, our greatest documentary filmmaker, hands down. I mean, nobody can compare to the work of Ken Burns, but celebrating our small part in the big picture and doing it right here at, once again, WSRE. It's your PBS of the Gulf Coast. We say that for a reason. And we've got a little something of everything.
We really, really, really do. So you're going to get history here at WSRE, and you're going to get a little bit of weirdness. Now, with that, I'm about to send this over. Y'all can see who's in here.
I am very fortunate to be here with part of the cast from WSRE's very own Nightmare Theater.
Oh, yeah, woohoo.
We're excited to have them here with us. If you haven't watched the show, you are missing out, and I'm telling you, it airs in markets all over the United States on PBS stations. They have a huge following, and I'm going to let Mike Ensley tell us a little bit about why you're here tonight, about the show, and why you support WSRE.
Well, I don't know who this Mike Ensley fellow is. But
I'm so sorry.
I'm the Baron Mondo Von Doren, and I support PBS because I grew up on PBS.
I just ruined their identity.
I know, I'm going to have to go into hiding now.
Sorry.
But when I was a kid, I grew up. I mean, my grandfather and I, we wrestled over the remote every night because he wanted to watch the world news, and I wanted to watch Sesame Street, the rerun, and I always won. And there were lots of shows like that. Mr. Rogers, of course. Nobody talks about the Electric Company anymore. What a great show that was. Zoom. I mean, there was just so many great shows for kids. Big Blue Marble. Anybody remember that one? I love that show.
3, 2, 1 contact.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. And of course, I discovered Doctor Who through WSRE. WSRE, a lot of people don't know this, one of the first stations in the U.S. to pick up Doctor Who was WSRE. And so that was in the late 70s into the early 80s. They carried it and beyond that even. So yeah, WSRE's had a great influence on my life, and we're very proud to be a part of it now. We do want to make some new shows, though, for you guys. We get emails every day asking from not only here in Pensacola, but all over the country. I got some today from New York City. Apparently we're on 2 stations in New York City now, and people watched there. I had a woman who said she was on vacation down at the shore in Jersey watching the show on one of those NYC stations. So whatever you can do to help, please help. WSRE is vital to our community. It's a great piece of educational underpinnings for our children. I mean, look at that face. And it
keeps me off the streets, for one.
Well,
thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. poor El Sapo, you know, he wouldn't have anywhere else to go if not for WSRE. But we love WSRE. We love our viewers. We love the fact that they allow us to do a show like this that has, you know, in 4 seasons has really taken off and has made its way out into the world. We're very, very proud of that, and we're proud that we did it here at WSRE in our hometown, Pensacola.
We sure are.
Very well said. Anything else to add to that, El Sapo?
No, it's just Mike, the Barons here is right. We did grow up on PBS. I watched, you couldn't tell by looking at me, but I watched a lot of educational TV when I was a kid. It didn't take root, but it was all PBS when I was a kid.
Turns out the Spanish dubbing was on the whole time
Yeah,
you were
it was,
watching
it
it,
was.
though. So.
And Mittens doesn't have a lot to say, but he loves PBS. He wants you to know he does, and he wants you to call in right now with the numbers on the screen. They're here. Let's see, he's telling you, please call, because we do want to make more episodes of Nightmare Theater and all of our local shows that we have. So we appreciate you guys being here tonight. Very well said.
Thank you.
Bring back Lester Sinclair.
Well, thank you so much. And we are going to actually take that microphone. I'm going to let you do that, El Sapo, and hand it to PC Wu.
Okay, here
and let
you go.
him tell why he supports WSRE and what he believes about our mission.
Well, like I've said before, I support PBS because this is truly your station. Whatever you happen to watch, whatever channel you watch, it belongs to someone else. But this channel here truly belongs to you, and it brings you education, it brings you entertainment, it brings you a variety of entertainment that you can find nowhere else except on PBS. So I encourage you to, whatever you can do to support PBS, we encourage you tonight, step forward, and we look forward to hearing from you. We got some great people here ready to answer the phone, and see the number on the bottom of your screen, and we appreciate it very much that you're watching, and we appreciate your support for PBS very much.
Hey, do you know who did it? Do they want their name mentioned? Okay, good. All right, well, I'm going to... Hey, God, that was... Hey, listen.
We're back.
Hey, wasn't that great? Nightmare Theater. It's just wonderful. I watched that on Saturday nights late, and it's just great. And if you've never seen it, tune in, because it's sensational. And they run these B movies, you know, really bad black and white movies where stupid things happen, you know, and people get put in pits and things like that, but it's just great. But let me tell you what just happened, and you got the name.
And there's less scary programming too, if that's not.
There we go.
If that's not your thing.
And that's Brent Burton. Now he's the
Yeah.
executive producer, the guy on the left. Yeah, look at that hairdo. I love that. That's Brent Burton.
That is fabulous. So listen, we've had some fantastic donations come in. So exciting. And listen, the challenge that Aaron put forth. Not only have we matched it, we had someone who called in and matched the entire challenge.
So that meant 500 became 1,500 when you put the 500 on top of the 1,000.
Listen, somebody is super proud of your math skills right this minute. I don't know who your math teacher was, but right now
Miss Stewart.
Miss Stewart
She drove hot rods in high school.
She is smiling. But we do want to thank Donna Brantley and Daniel Robinson for making that incredible pledge to match and bring more to WSRE. So thank you so much. We want to thank Joe Rich for pledging, yes. And apparently she said if there's someone, a fiance that might double her pledge. So we're excited about that as well.
A challenge, a challenge.
There we go. We're real
challenge.
excited about that.
There's
We
nothing.
also want to thank David Gordon for his very generous pledge. Thank you so much, David. And Katie Davis, Katie donated online, and you see where you can scan to donate. And for those of you who want to do it that way, in some ways, it might be a little more efficient. It won't be as much fun, but it might be a little more efficient. You can donate that way.
We've got Dr. Jack Lurton answering the phones. You know it's efficient.
I'm telling you, if Dr. Lurton takes your pledge, you can ask him about your ears, nose, and throat right after you give the money.
That's right. If you've got the sniffles, call Jack.
I also want to thank Debbie King Kenny for her great pledge. Thank you so much. Now let me tell you about
her
Debbie.
comment though.
Okay. Well, let me read her. Well, now I got to put on
Let's
my
read it in
reader.
harmony.
That's
All
right.
Jill, you got it?
What do you love about WSRE? I love this. This is the best one tonight. Her friend Jill, I don't know who she's speaking of.
Yeah.
Marty and Becca and Bill. That's
yeah.
right. 30 years of great TV and entertainment and the best staff in the whole world.
Thank you, Debbie, very much for that. But let me tell you about Debbie. Now, Debbie already had a passport, and so you might think, well, I already have a passport. I don't really need to call in. But Debbie not only had a passport, she still called in for the $100 package. So Debbie and I will be twinning in this WSRE, I Love WSRE shirt, and we want you to do that too. We can have triplets, quadruplets. Everyone can have one.
You know, I wanted to get back to the music thing because we've talked a lot about the kind of contemporary rock and roll, country music, and that type of thing. But one of the things that WSRE was famous for was bringing great performances on the air. And, you know, once again, I talk about people that can't afford to go to New York and see these great performances. And we've got a little clip now of somebody that, you know, really talked about Earl Perot, how important they were, but also how the opera music came into their homes and it made them just fuller than they ever were. So let's roll that and see what they had to say.
Should we roll it? No!
Let's roll it.
WSRE for a long time now, and there was a show produced here called Gourmet Cooking with Earl Perot. At the end of it, it would say WSRE, Pensacola, Florida, but he would give you the recipes and make an entire meal, and then at the end, he would sit down at a table and say, "A biento," as everyone got to eat. It was a wonderful show, and that's why I love WSRE.
One of my favorite shows to watch is Nova. I enjoy the science of it, and watching PBS previously, of course, growing up with Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. As a little kid, those were my favorite, but it's been something that I continue to tune into, watching Bob Ross or some of the music shows that I can't even remember the name of, some of the documentaries. It's just enjoyable TV for me. That's why I love WSRE.
Some of my favorite programming has been the mystery series like Vera. I also have enjoyed opera, which I don't usually listen to or go see, but some of that has opened my horizons to new things, new arts, new cultures, new travel shows, ways of cooking and ways of living. So I really applaud the PBS station for making a difference in my life, and hopefully it can reach out to others for many, many years to come. I love WSRE.
We told you tonight was going to be the most exciting night on television, and y'all are not disappointing. But I do want to let you know, this is your 15-minute warning, that if you've been sitting here waiting all night long, like maybe I'm going to donate, maybe I'm not, I wonder if she's talking to me, the answer is yes. You are running out of time. Pick up the phone. But we have some pretty exciting things to still continue to talk about. First off, trending now, I Love WSRE t-shirts.
That's right.
You want to be part of the club, and for your $100 donation, you go ahead and get this. This would be an awesome Christmas gift to give all of your friends and family.
And I got to tell you, I was in Publix one time shopping, and I had my shirt on, and some man started following me aisle to aisle to aisle. I was getting a little worried, and then he finally pushed his cart up right next to mine, and he goes, "I love WSRE too," and he proceeded to tell me every show and everything he's ever watched that he loved, which really warmed my heart while my ice cream was melting.
Hey, you know what? But that is worth it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Jill, how about just this? Give me a little bit of history. How long has WSRE been around?
We are on our 58th year, so almost 6 decades.
Oh my gosh, that is a really, really long time. Okay, so then with that, how long have you been a part of WSRE?
3 of those decades.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know. I came here in 1996 as I just left a 2nd grade classroom, and I did all the education and outreach using all the PBS resources like Reading Rainbow and Electric Company and all the things, and took them into the classrooms and had the best of both worlds because I could work with the teachers and the students, but I didn't have to grade papers anymore.
Oh, that's good stuff, huh? And so with that said, can you tell us a little bit about what's that relationship look like with, like, what do y'all do for teachers here through WSRE and public broadcasting?
We do a lot of teacher professional development using PBS resources, and they're all available free. And in fact, PBS Learning Media is a treasure trove of resources, documentaries, video clips, things from the National Archives, photographs that any teacher and really any lifelong learner of any age can use. And it's at your fingertips, and it's all correlated to the national teaching standards and by subject and grade level, which, you know, as a former teacher, I was so thrilled when I saw that we had, you know, these resources at our fingertips, and it's free and available to anyone who wants to use it. You're seeing some pictures from a recent teacher training that we did using PBS resources. Again, if you go to PBS Parents or to pbs.org or to PBS Learning Media, you're going to find more information and resources than you could ever use. It's great stuff.
You know, 20 years ago, you and I met going through Leadership Pensacola, and you
Yes.
were the education coordinator, education and outreach
Yep.
coordinator. And you know, I think of how blessed we are to have you as a general manager for someone who was in that role and understands the impact. And, you know, having been a partner in so many of those things with you, it really is incredible to see the positive impact on young minds. And honestly, with all the blather that's out there in the world today, we need more and more of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, we do so many things that are just beyond television. A good example is the Shining Star Awards. We've been doing that for at least 26 years. And the Shining Star Awards is recognizing some children in the Escambia County School District who have shown leadership. It's not about good grades, it's about future community leaders and kids who have some really impactful stories. And not only do they get recognized for everything they do, but they also receive a brand new bicycle and a new bicycle helmet. And I will tell you this, we started doing this, like I said, probably 25, 26 years ago. We now had parents who were Shining Star Award recipients come back and their kids are getting recognized. So it's a generational thing. I'm so proud of that program, and that we do that in partnership with the Escambia County Principals Association.
That's amazing. I mean, how many people do you know that spend 30 years in one place of service to your community, and you right here have the opportunity to be able to give back and support WSRE and people who truly are in community service all the time and continue to give and give and give. And now it's your turn to give. Pick up the phone and give us a call, 850-484-1290, and support public television.
And it really is all about our viewers. They make all these things that we've talked about tonight, they make it possible. You know, the national programming, local programming, educational outreach services, the fun activities we do like wine and food, it is all made possible by viewers like you.
You know, and we've been very blessed tonight to have a lot of folks call in. We've had some big pledges. We've got another 5 minutes that we're going to be live here. And you know what? Let's light up those phones. We've got the board members back here. 850-484-1290. Once again, you can go to WSRE.org. But we want to say thank you, Pam Schwartz. Thank you for the pledge. You know what, Becca? We have some incredible opportunities, some more people to thank.
Yes.
Hey, you know, this is what they call the Big Bang. It's time. It's time to do it. We're down to 5 minutes. If we're going to meet our August pledge goal, we've got to start hearing those phones ring. And we appreciate everybody that's called in. It's been an active night tonight. Come on, everybody.
Right.
What have we gone over? God, we've gone
you're
over
stealing
so
our
many
pizza.
things for reasons why you should love WSRE TV.
Yeah.
We started off with music. We've had Nightmare Theater. We've talked about education. We've talked about the revolutionary Ken Burns special coming up. You know, we've got so many things going on at WSRE. And it's the reason why you should love WSRE. And who are some of the people that called in? And
That's
real
right. Just because we're winding down doesn't mean that you can't call and
telling
call. So we want to thank Deborah Janolic. She gave a very generous pledge, and she also challenged all retired military people in the area to donate. So if all the retired military people in this area donated, wow, that would be amazing. And we also want to thank Amy Schaefer from Niceville, which is a reminder how far WSRE reaches. So we want to challenge other people in Niceville and Mary Esther and Foley, on Pensacola Beach, on Perdido, and Fort Walton. Please call in and give us your pledge this evening.
And as we've said over and over again, you know, once again, at the $100 level, we do have a ways of saying thank you. And you can see it on the screen. We've got a lot of people with the T-shirts on, I love WSRE. But you also get the stress heart, and you also have the coffee mug and things like that. But it's our way of saying thank you. But once again, Passport is also included in that. So thank y'all for calling in, everybody that's done that. And Joe, what do you think about tonight? It's been a great night. A lot of different people in and out. Stories have been told. Great stuff.
It has been a great night. I tell you, we appreciate everybody who has called in with their pledge of support. This is the end of our August pledge drive. It's been hugely successful. We love all the stories that we've heard from everyone about why they love and support WSRE. Like I said a few minutes ago, you make it possible. The people who are calling in with their pledge of support, and we've got a great board, great cast members, great volunteers, great donors. It takes a village, and it really does. But we are all about our community and want the best for our community, want to be a very important part of our community and making a difference. That's really what it's about.
And we also want to thank the people that are behind the cameras.
Yes.
You see us, but there are
people. We
need
to turn a camera around
we need
on
to
them.
turn a camera around and show the production people because they do it now. Hey, there's Ted King.
Oh, there's Ted.
King of the world.
Y'all
He's
come
king of
over
the
here.
world. Come on, y'all.
Come on.
Hey, your camera won't go out of focus. Let's bring all the production people in. But anyway, they do an outstanding job day in and day out. Hey, there we go. We've got somebody. There we go. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Come on. Joe, where's Joe?
Come on, Joe.
And Billy, that's not even going to represent the three people who are back in the control room.
Yeah, we've got people in the control room and everything like that. So it's just not us that make it happen. It's the production people. And that's day in and day out, the great quality that they produce. And that's one of the things you can expect from WSRE is quality TV.
And we appreciate it because I was raised on WSRE. I was raised on PBS, and it was because of donations that you made, that maybe your parents made, maybe your grandparents made, and now it's your turn. So we hope you'll continue to call, and we sure have had fun tonight.
It has been fun.
It has been a great time.
Always do it like this. This is so fun.
Minton's stealing our pizza.
Thanks again to Jets Pizza, for sure.
Thank you to everyone. We want to say thank you. We love you as much as you love WSRE. So thank you. You can call us anytime to make a donation, to volunteer, to be a part of everything we do. Go see our Facebook page. Become a member and you'll get our newsletter. You'll know all the stuff we're doing. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So everyone.
All right, 30 seconds, yeah.
That's right.
Thank you to the board members answering phones back there. Yeah, let's give it up for them one more time.
Right.
Yeah,
you guys stand up.
Come on,
And remember, you can still donate online. You can
Yeah.
call or donate. We'll take your donation long after the
Long
program
after
ends.
this is over, yeah.
That's right.
All right, so we're down to 15 seconds. If you want to pick up
Should
the
we
phone
count
now,
us out?
make that call.
That's right.
All right, once again, good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy trails to you.